So hi, I'm Byron Evans. I'm a AI product director at Mercer.
Hi, my name is Reginald Warlop, and I'm an executive specialized in digital transformation.
Chief Digital and Innovation Officer for Consumer Banking Digital at First Abu Dhabi Bank.
For me, when you kind of look at any of these big technology waves, you tend to have two waves. You tend to have the first wave, which is how can we do the things that we're currently doing now, but kind of better, more efficient, kind of more effective. And then you have kind of the second wave, which is where the real innovation generally tends to happen. And that's when we tend to have grasped what the technology is able to do in terms of its strengths, but also its weaknesses as well. And then I believe you really start to see what it can kind of enable when those new products, those new propositions start to come out.
Initially, it was really a very specialized activity. So resources were scarce, but now with the advent of generative AI, it's much more accessible to many more use cases. And so it's going to increase the impact it has on operations, especially in the fields of customer client engagement and communications, marketing, software coding, or just accessing knowledge bases or spreading knowledge internally within organizations.
Banks are considered relatively slow in terms of developing something new, but with AI, and especially around the new platforms which are coming in AI, low-code, no-code solutions, they are going to actually accelerate the speed to market. And as a result, you can do a lot more experimentation, you can do a lot more A/B testing and come up with new solutions way quickly.
You only need to go on LinkedIn or to Twitter or kind of any of these social media platforms and see the amount of content that's being produced around AI now, particularly over the last 12 to 18 months, and how fast the whole space is changing as well. So whether that's kind of new large language models, new approaches to leveraging the technology, kind of new fintechs, or even the kind of incumbent organizations leveraging the technology. So I think that can be quite overwhelming for a lot of organizations.
I think the bulk of the challenge is fundamentally how the technology behaves. And of course, there are a number of challenges around the regulations, which are not mature yet. And so what you're doing now may have an impact on how you will comply to regulations that may come out in a year's time.
It seems all exciting, but there are some things which needs to be considered, especially around the ethical consideration of AI. As AI plays a bigger role in banking, we need to address the concerns around bias, transparency, and explainability, which will be very crucial to maintain the trust with the customers as well as with the regulators.
What excites me is the fact that it changes the whole interface with computing. Traditionally, applications and ERP systems, enterprise systems, all have evolved in a similar way, whereby you look at a set of screens with a number of fields, boxes, drop-downs, a regimented, hard-coded process that takes you one step to another step. And no matter what system it is, if it's signing up for a new product or if it's to set up a cloud instance, all the interfaces look the same today. And I think with generative AI, you can abstract out all this kind of tick box based experience. It becomes much more of a fluent conversation.
It could be hugely accessible and at the fingertips of the customers of these banks who kind of provide that knowledge and that context through a very engaging kind of interface and in a very conversational manner. We're not relying upon an individual's kind of intuition to be able to kind of use the tool. So you can kind of really kind of bring it to life. And I just feel like that could really kind of enrich the experience, but also help people make better financial decisions.
The way we do business is going to change, and it's going to change completely. And it's going to change for good. It's a win-win-win situation. Win for the customer, win for the bank, and as well as win for the employees who are working there.
Well, the biggest trend will be under the gamut of personalization. If you look at an interface, any journey, you have to ask and code that particular question in a particular way. The words are pretty much fixed. So you can start personalizing the experience at scale, 24/7, fully automated. While in the past, it would have taken an editorial team, a lot of work to create 1,000 versions of the same text or the same prompt or the same explanation.
So AI-driven intelligent chatbots, the Gen AI is getting more and more intelligent and more better at predicting the kind of response the customer is looking for. And as a result, it becomes a lot more interactive for the customer. There are million problems, million challenges, but there are billion solutions in the market.